leaders. This is actually take 2 of this video. I recorded the whole thing and then my computer lost it. So, hey, you get the revised version of my first video, which means it's shorter. Hooray! Hey, I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's fantastic weather outside. Finally, it's no longer a bazillion degrees and it's a normal 70, and it's just I'm so excited about life right now. I mean, genuinely, I really am. Not only that, but we're in the middle of Time Wars, which is the greatest competition ever. And I love every single minute of it. And here's what I want to tell you what I love the most. Because of you and the incredible job that you as the leaders are doing with leading your small groups. I love all the costumes that your students wore last week. I love that every team was bought in even a little, even maybe some of the groups who came in a little less prepared than the others. They came up with ways to rally their people together. And what's awesome is students jump on board when they're part of something bigger than themselves. When they're part of a team, when they have to wear a costume, when they maybe even feel a little bit left out because, oh man, I didn't even know this was going on. That's good. We want them to feel like they're a part. We want them to come in prepared and looking for ways that they can earn points for their group. I mean, I love that our small groups are meeting outside of Wednesday nights. It's great that we meet, but truthfully, a lot of our students, they might even think that it's expected that we meet on a Wednesday night. We're church, our church small groups meet at church. That makes sense. But when our small groups meet outside of the church walls, it changes things for our students. So thank you for getting together with them, for making t-shirts, for making cookies, for looking for things that you can sell, for organizing car washes, for coming up with creative ideas for you to rally together and get students involved in what's going on during this competition, because that's what makes it worth it. Now, I do want to remind you of a couple things before we go on. Man, the whole point, and I shared this a couple weeks ago, the whole point of this competition, it is an unashamed incentive to get students who are far from Jesus into his presence. That's the whole point. Literally the whole point. Going to Silver Dollar City, awesome. Not the point. Raising money for Speed the Light, awesome and really good. I love it. Trust me, I'm a little bit behind in our goal, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is to get lost students from our community. Out of the thousands of students that attend all of the schools around us, including Christian, private, and anything else, there are thousands of students that need Jesus. And this is our chance to make a difference. An easy way to get a student in the doors who doesn't normally come. And I want to remind you, because some of our groups, man, they're really focused on getting together and earning money. That's great. There's more points out there for everything else. Let me explain. One guest, if you bring a guest tomorrow night to church on this Wednesday and they come for the next 3 weeks until the end of October, that one guest is worth more than $100 a week. You're like, how does that work out? Because of the points. I love math. If you bring one guest, that's 10,000 points for 1 week. But if they come back, they get 5,000 more each week that they come back. So one guest can be worth 25,000 points from now until the end of the month. That's $100 to Speed the Light. There's more points available for bringing guests. And help me, help you, help your students. Help them remember the goal of this competition. Yes, it is to raise money, because that will rally your students together. Give them something to do. Give them a cause to fight for. Give them something to give to. That is an awesome goal, and it will work. Some of you want to cut my hair. That's awesome. You want to turn it pink. That's phenomenal. But remind our students the goal of this competition is to see lost students saved. The students who are dealing with depression and anxiety, the students who are committing, students who are trapped in addiction, those students coming into our building, encountering the love of Jesus, being pulled into a family of believers in your small group, that is the point. So help your students remember. I mean, they get the most points by bringing guests, but that's the point. If nobody gets saved during this thing, like I'm going to tell you, then all of it's worthless. There's no easier way to tell you that. It is important. It is imperative. I'm literally staking a huge portion of our budget out because I believe in the power of bringing a guest to a silly competition, because I know that if they get into God's presence, their lives will be different. Man, help us reiterate that to our students. A couple of our really quick important things. One, this is the last week to sign up for Youth Convention. Tell your students to sign up at events.woodlake.church. I'm going to put it right here at the bottom of the screen. Remind them this is the last week to sign up. They can get all the info, times, dates, forms to fill out, all online, events.woodlake.church. Second thing is this week we need every guest to sign a paper, fill out an actual paper guest card, which will be at our check-in desk. We are constantly working on our check-in system, and trust me, I know that it isn't perfect. But last week we had so many guests because they came in late or because, they didn't sign in anywhere. They snuck right by. We don't have any information, and I can't wrap back around or connect with them. We send out gift boxes to every guest who enters our doors, and a lot of our students didn't get that this week. Help me connect with all of our guests by making sure that they fill out a paper sign-in card this week before you tally any points. I want to make sure that your team gets all the points. Last week, some groups didn't even know that they got points because a girl brought a guy and they came in late and we didn't write the points down. Help me keep really good track of the points by making sure that they sign in on those paper guest forms. Other than that, that's all the important things. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, this competition would be worthless. This competition would be pointless. It would have no hope. There would be no fire, no momentum behind it. But because you rally your students together, you're coming up with ideas for random group names that you got stuck with. You're coming up with fun ways to raise money for Speed the Light and earn some points. Because of all those things, you are making this competition incredible. So thank you for what you're doing. Truly, lives are being changed because of it. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your week. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night at our leaders meeting in the living room at 6 o'clock.